Welcome back to TheChowTimePod. It's your host, Red. I got a video today from the Travis Scott Show. Wonderful gentleman, does great content, mostly in the African-American sphere. But, he did one on Passport Bros, and it affects all men when it comes to the Passport Bros. So please subscribe down below. I really appreciate that. And let's get to that chow. It's chow time.
So what you're starting to see now with the modern women here in America, a lot of them are starting to have meltdowns about men leaving, America to seek love in other countries. Case in point, this particular video, this woman is going to have a true meltdown, but let's review it. Now, before we get started, Forever Single 44. Okay.
It's like you're calling yourself out as your screen name. It's just so funny.
Let's go.
Let me ask you a question, Edgar. Why are the Passport Bros not going to Sweden, Switzerland, Germany? Why are they going to Colombia, the Philippines, Malaysia, African countries? Why are they going there and not to Europe?
Because that's the choice that they choose.
No,
not every man. That is. It can't be the wrong answer because you can't tell everybody where they're modeled going.
Like the West. They're modeled like us, and they're.
You kind of answered it. Yeah, they're modeled like the West. So the thought process and the women there are very westernized and feminist-wise. So yes, why would men want to go to another country just to deal with the exact same type of women?
They're not going to stand for their bullshit. So they go to these very, very poor countries where your $50,000 means the world in a third world country. And they bring them back here, and the women are subservient, and they do everything the man wants. But let me kid you not, when the women get a little education and an employment and learn the language, they might not frickin' stay. They use the men, the American men, the schmucks, as an outlet to get here.
So
let's stop right there because we got to keep going with this. All right. She answered her own question.
She did?
Literally. Why they won't go to basically European countries? Because it's the Western world. It's the same thing. Like they said, that's jumping out the oven into the frying pan. You leave America and you're going to go to Canada and tell me you're going to find a wife. And you get divorced in Canada, they're going to take half. Okay, you go from Canada, you go to the UK, same thing. Norway, the Netherlands, all these different countries, they got the same freaking laws, child support. They got the same laws, the same entitled women, the same issues and problems. Why would men go to the Western world? Listen, even white men don't even want to be with them. Like trust me, y'all really thinking they talking about brothers. No, there's a lot of white men that can't stand their behinds. I'm telling you they can't. Because they tell me in my DMs, say, hey, us white guys, we sick of them. Oh, but the only thing I say to white guys is, you created that problem.
Yeah.
That's the only comeback I say to them, because you in control of these countries and you allowed all these laws. You pushed them. Now, I'm not saying the individual didn't do, you know what I'm saying, but the people in their community. So it makes me kind of like, well, how you feel? It's hard for me to feel bad for you. That's what I mean, because you can go change it tomorrow. Just like when they wanted to get rid of that abortion on demand, basically, they did that, right? They made it very difficult now. So y'all in control. Y'all can rein in all these issues and problems, but that's do what they want to do. But these men aren't going to y'all. They're not. And I'm gonna tell you what about women like that one. They get hella jealous of women outside of them, too.
Yep.
Because she made sure to talk about, she said African countries. She mentioned basically Southeast Asia, Latin America. She mentioned all these other groups of women. Because they men going over there. That's why. And they don't want to put up with her behind. She's talking about bringing them over here. Why would they do that? What, and expose them to you? No.
Oh man, good on Travis. He's right. Why would we want to bring women here? We're bringing them here just to get influenced by women like you. You know, we talk about women and their single friends and their toxic friends. If we were to bring women here, they would make these toxic friends really, really quickly because there's so many of them. It's ridiculous how many single toxic women there are that are ready to sabotage anybody else's relationship on a drop of a dime.
Oh, and like I said in the previous video, $50,000 is about the sweet spot. If you can make $50,000 at minimum, I'm just talking about to be real good. At minimum, remotely, you're making 50,000 US at minimum. That's what I would tell any man. Don't even try it if you're not making 50,000 minimum remotely. And it's something, you know, that money gonna come in. You don't have to worry about nothing because you can get in a lot of these countries right now with a digital nomad visa. Even some African countries I was looking at, you can get in, you can go stay 6 months on a digital nomad visa. And you can keep renewing it to the point where you can get a residency. And then eventually you want to do it and get citizenship. Yeah, they opening up the lane for digital nomads.
Yep.
All over the place. And you talking about Colombia. Colombia has a digital nomad visa, fellas. Do you know that? So those of you always going over there, if you want to go stay there, I think 6 months or to a year. I think it's a year. Go on the digital nomad visa. Show them that you make your money online and you don't need nothing from them. There you go. Well, let's continue.
Let me ask you a question.
Because why can't you find what you're looking for here if you're a good man, that is, right?
Because it's not here. It's not. No. See, she's mad because you fellas have the ability to take yourself out of here and you have so many options that she don't. Because, see, they trying to...
This is true. You know what? I never even thought about this. That, yeah, they are upset that men actually have more options than women when it comes to passport bros. And it wasn't like that before when they were in the younger years because men can't really travel. You know, passport bro wasn't such a big thing. So they had the leverage. But now that they're older and now men want to use their own leverage, it's upsetting for them.
Passport sis thing. Oh, I got some videos for that. And this is definitely coming. And it don't work out for them like that.
No, it doesn't.
And a lot of these so-called passport sisters out here, right? They straight degenerates, a lot of them. Let's continue.
You're a good man.
Okay, I'll take part of what you said to reason why. Because you said that they take your little $50,000. See, maybe our
because
50,000.
Here it doesn't mean.
Hold on, but real. Exactly. See, it means it doesn't.
It doesn't mean here.
But if you listen, it doesn't mean to the women who not accepting and don't see.
Not when I make over 6 figures.
Wait, hold on. But it doesn't make sense to a woman.
If you got making 6 figures, why are you on the internet or TikTok live mad? Why are you mad? There's no reason for you to be mad. So, but like I said, you'll get to the 6 figures, but you're always gonna be alone.
Yeah.
But your screen name says a lot too. But let's continue.
Of course it does.
That fact, when a man is working hard and putting in blood, sweat, and tears just to get his $50,000, see that woman
get a better job, do better.
See, but that don't appreciate.
Oh God, that pisses me off. Oh, just get a better job, just do better. Why don't you tell that to the women that are struggling? Not, you know, like the ones that can't seem to get a good job or that are wanting a husband because they can't seem to support themselves. Why don't you just tell those women, just get a better job and do better?
Appreciate it. You
Have
see
more
how
ambition.
that? You see
Have
how
more-
that is?
I did.
It's unappreciated. That's the reason.
Now, this is something else I want to say too, and I'm gonna tell the fellas that don't you dare think, especially black men, don't you dare think in this country that, oh, I'm just go to another race of woman because they gonna act better than black women. They are all the same. No group is better than the other. They all have the same American culture. Now, do all groups of women, I'm talking about all women in America, do they all have it? I would say not all, because that would be inaccurate.
No, he's right. Like a lot of the Asians that were born here and raised here, especially the women, all are pretty feminists, are quite feminists. I know quite a few Asian women that are very patriarchy kind of thing, and that, oh, I don't want to be a slave to my husband. I actually know a good chunk of women that are like that. And it's not the race of women, it's where they were born and raised. It's the culture that they were raised in that really affects what type of person they are. And the American culture really just destroys most other cultures, even if you come here as an immigrant. Even myself, I would say I have a pretty Americanized lifestyle, Americanized culture, even though I'm quite traditional when it comes to, being Cambodian and, being Asian. But I live here. Like, I can't just be an Asian guy living in America doing all Asian things. It just doesn't work out that way.
But based off of what we see, the majority have it. Yes, the majority. Because even the so-called good ones feel pressure to try to keep up with them.
This is correct.
By the way they dress, by the way they talk, where they hang out at sometimes.
Just like the pressure of, not sleeping with men. For a virgin to be a virgin nowadays, for women, it's very hard because they have so many friends, so many people around them pushing them into the lifestyle. Oh, you can just sleep around. It's okay. It's okay. And it makes dating hard for them too, because now men are used to this lifestyle where women sleep with them all the time. So when you find a good man and you don't want to give it up because you're a virgin and you want to do it in marriage, most men are not willing to wait that long anymore. So it really puts pressure on those women to kind of conform to how all these other women are operating.
But let's continue.
Why passport bros do what they do, because simply what you said, because they feel unappreciated for the hard work that they do.
Better and make more money.
And on top of that, those women from those other countries
have some emotional intelligence and make more money.
But why,
Edgar, you're trying to reason with the liberal. It's not going to work.
Why?
Did you just sit up here and quote that crazy so-called therapist?
Right.
Emotional intelligence. Are you listening to her? You remember the one that got fired for talking bad about black men? Emotional intelligence. Oh my God. You hear her? And nothing's wrong with them though. It's all on the man. Listen, lady, you're making the case for men to get on the plane. You're
they
doing
are.
it. You're not convincing no man to stay. You're convincing them to go. And they need to. My Lord. What's her father in her life? I got a question about that because she seems very angry. She seems like, what's her father? Because she seemed like she didn't have no father in her life. Because she got way too much venom to say she had a father in her life. Did she grow up with a single mother?
Making more money is more important. Why is that more important?
50,000 is going to buy in America with the state of the economy.
But he works hard for it. Well, how would you feel if somebody said that your little $50,000 don't?
I make double that, so it's irrelevant.
Not you though.
First of all, a man don't come into a situation caring about what you make. And okay, you make and I'm gonna tell you this much: people that see money or make decent amounts of money, they don't talk about it.
No,
they don't. Do you know they got people that make what she say $100,000 in a month? Sometimes we make that a week. Some people make that a day.
just true.
A day. And notice the people that got money, they ain't working around here. Well, I made $10 million last year. They don't say crap. How you know about their money? Forbes got to talk about it. Or the Wall Street Journal.
Yeah, I actually know a friend that I've been helping out with their business as an advisor, and they're clearing almost 60,000 a month. That's a lot of fucking money. And they are very humble. They just want to keep expanding. And they don't even talk about money. Most people around their lives don't even know that they have this particular business and how much they're making. So they don't even tell people. So
CNBC, they got to talk about your money. People that make money. That's why if you hear somebody talking about how much money they made, say, oh, I guess you never seen money before. Cause what's in it? This straight up. What's six figures nowadays? What's 100,000? Just to keep it real with you. What's 100,000?
it's still good money. Everybody wants to talk shit about 100,000. It's not enough nowadays, but it's still pretty damn good money, especially if you don't live in like Los Angeles and New York or like San Francisco and things like that. If you live in like the smaller towns and the smaller states or the less populated states, 100,000, you're living the life.
That bar about making $100,000 a year, I'm gonna be on with you. What Kevin said about 100,000, I get it, but in this economy, $250,000. I would say 250 in the southern states, 500,000 in California. If you really want to say I'm doing good, just keep it.
I agree with that. If you want to say you're doing good, then yes. But to live a nice life, 100,000 is okay.
100 with you.
Not you. What about a woman that does?
Making 50,000.
But how much was the woman from the other country making? But how much was the woman from the other country?
What about a woman who makes $50,000 and that man said, "I'm not gonna be with you because your little $50,000 don't mean shit."
But y'all don't do that. Y'all don't do that because our money and
see that man?
Stop talking over me.
But would you say?
You're the one that's talking over him. He's been trying to explain himself this whole time. God damn, lady.
Would you say that man is horrible? Would you say that man is like he don't?
Yeah, well, that's why she'll be forever single. That woman's she needs therapy. But fellas, you see, this is Why would a man want to deal with that?
We don't.
Who cares about your $100,000?
Right.
Okay, you make $100,000, but
your attitude.
You, the moment you get it, the moment it comes out, it goes out your bank account. Because that's another thing about some of them. I make $100,000. Well, how much is in your bank account right now? $100? Because you spent it all the moment you got it? Come on now. It's just that simple. No, do you make $100,000 after taxes? Not $100,000 before taxes. Do you make $100,000 after taxes? Ask that question.
Dude, $100,000 after taxes is like
this lady here just make the case for these guys. Why would a guy want to deal with you? Well, just make more money. Why would he have to? He don't have to. If you say his $50,000 is not enough, well, in Kenya, $50,000 is enough. In South Africa, $50,000 is enough.
Any Asian country, 50,000 is plenty.
It's definitely enough. In Colombia, is enough. Costa Rica, Dominican Republic, Barbados, Aruba. $50,000 is enough. You see what I'm talking about? Like, see, when people like Kristen and Harrison was telling these women to expand your options, men expanded their options globally on a scale that they didn't even see coming.
Yep.
They did not see this coming. And that's why they're so upset, because they have no counter for it.
That's what I said. It's a global market nowadays. We trade globally. We do everything globally. Finance is global. Why not make dating? And it's only global for men when it comes to dating. Women's dating market isn't so global.
So they're going to try to shame you. But the shame,
because of hypergamy.
Don't work. It doesn't work because the moment that you out the country, the moment you don't even entertain them, and it's the thing, don't argue with them. Don't convince them. Don't try to give them explanations of what you're doing, why you're doing it. Don't plead with them to change. Listen, sometimes you have to say, okay, this is the kind of people that you are. Cool, do you. I'm not here to change you. I'm not your therapist. I'm not God. So I'm not put here to change you. But that's what you got to do, fellas. Just remove yourself from the process. It's just that simple. Now, you have some women in the chat when I say that, well, what about the good women here? Stand up and stand out before the guy gets to the airport. Just that simple. You got to compete on a global level. And you're going to have to get like the women in the other countries, especially if these guys got exposed to that. You don't have to. You can keep doing you, but that's just the answer to that question. But let me know what y'all think about this woman here. Like I said, she's definitely going to be forever single. Oh, yeah.
Ooh, that was a damn good chow. Shout outs to Travis Scott, one of the greater creators in this space area. And he does really good work. He is a good person for most men to kind of learn from, maybe emulate a little bit. I do a little bit from him too. So please subscribe down below. I really appreciate that. And I'll catch you guys next time. Ciao.